Last month we talked with Brian Kemper, who organizes this day of silent solidarity with the unborn among youth around the country. And we actually had him on the show the day before the event was taking place, or the day of it or something. He wasn't supposed to be talking, but of course, trying to get Brian to quit talking is be like trying to get, well, I don't know, me used to mind to quit talking. But anyway, Brian's back on with us today to tell us how things went. Hello, Brian.
I'm not talking today.
I got a big picture of that. Yeah. Listen, I wanted to have you back on. We hadn't planned this last month, but I started seeing some things in the media about how successful the event was, and so I wanted you to come back on and just give us a real quick update on what happened.
Well, within a few days of the event, we heard back from kids that were involved and girls that were ministered to, and as of right now, we know of 56 babies that were saved that day alone, and 3 girls that gave their lives to Christ that day.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Refresh everybody's memory that maybe they didn't see the show last month about what this event is.
Basically, it's mostly youth, high school and college kids who take a vow of silence for a day to be in solidarity with the children that die from abortion every day.
Right.
And anytime anyone tries to talk to them, they hand them a pro-life flyer. Well, we tell the kids also, if you see a look in someone's face or see a girl that you could tell is hurting, go ahead and break your silence, and that's usually what happens. And there was a kid from a Baptist college. He knew he wasn't going to reach as many people on his school, so he went to the mall, and he talked to a group of girls, 3 girls that had abortions scheduled. 2 of those girls called and canceled their abortion appointment after speaking with them. So
there's a divine appointment.
That's a fact. It's
absolutely
unbelievable. And let me tell you something. I guarantee you, the abortion lobby is more frightened by all these kids that are coming out here getting involved in the pro-life movement than they are of any congressman or senator or whoever. They're more frightened of these kids because this is the future, obviously. And these kids are on fire, and the pro-aborts are openly stating we can't get pro-choice people on these campuses. It is unbelievable.
And the thing about young people, once they're committed to something, they're committed.
Their own.
And you can't fool young people. Once they know what's really going down and their eyes come open to something like this, these young people are going to be just on fire for life.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you, not to correct you, but they're not the future. They're the present.
They're the now. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Now. And do you remember that song by Genesis? I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Right.
Hold on. I've been waiting for this moment for all my life, so hold on.
Right.
That's how I feel right now. I can feel it.
Yeah, it is. We're seeing this.
It's coming.
We're seeing this everywhere.
And Brian, that is something we just try to emphasize so much, and you emphasize again, and people do need to remember that the young people are not the future of this nation. They are the nation. They're the right now. They're the leaders right now. Young Solomon.
You come to the March for Life, and you watch what these young people are going to be doing at the inauguration at the March for Life this year.
Oh, I'm going to love that. It took a teenager, a young David, to bring down Goliath.
Right, that's right.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, Brian, when you talk about kids like this, one thing I always talk about, and people say, well, what can children really do, and, teenagers and so forth. Have y'all ever heard of the person who invented television, the system that we use for television in the United States? He was a 16-year-old boy.
No kidding.
A 16-year-old boy.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
I 100% believe that.
Yeah. I used to know his name. I forgot. I studied about him a long time ago. But he actually invented the system that we use in the United States for television. He was 16 years old.
Do you know why that is, Mark? It's because if you ask most adults today, I get asked this all the time. I'm sure that every one of you on the panel have been asked this by an adult. Do you really think we can win this?
Yeah, most of them say no.
Do you really think we can win this? You ask a kid, and he doesn't ask that question. He says, when are we going to win this?
Right. Yeah. We are going to win.
Kids still have that belief. Kids still believe that their God is bigger than abortion.
Yeah, that's right.
And even in the civil rights thing, a lot of people look at Martin Luther King and all these others, but if you really watch the documentary, there's an Eyes on the Prize video series about the civil rights movement. The civil rights movement really kicked off and became effective when teenagers, high school students, shut down schools, came out of the schools, got sprayed on by water hose, dogs put on, and they were still smiling, going to jail, talking about, we ain't afraid of your jails.
Right.
When young people catch the vision, just look out. And what's beautiful now, in the pro-life movement, young people have caught the vision.
Absolutely. We're seeing more and more of that. And I'll tell you something, Johnny, this thing that we're doing that we've alluded to here with the African-American community, kids are going to pick up on that big time. Big time.
Brother.
Listen, Brian, we got to run. Give everybody your website again. We want people to go there and see what you guys are all about.
StandTrue.com, StandTrue.com is our website. And thank you so much for having me on. It's definitely an honor.
Thank you, Brian.
Bye, Brian.
All right, buddy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.